welcome to today's episode of Daily Musings. Allysia here, and I wanted to discuss a question with you that I've been stuck on, and I wanted to see what you guys thought. So, fielding your opinions in the comments. So, I'm thinking about the various things that I need to do before I can launch an album this year. There's a lot of steps, but probably one of the most important first steps is figuring out what I'm going to be. What's the band? What am I calling myself? So, this entire time, I've been calling myself the Criminal Kid. However, there is a backstory with that name that doesn't really bear any relevance to me right now as a person. So, when I first joined the Criminal Kid in 2009, I joined what was essentially an industrial metal band, and one that was maybe like a little bit more political leaning, one that had more activist overtones, undertones, and I kind of inherited the name. I wasn't a contributor in creating the name. And our four-piece band, once it sort of evolved, it wasn't a metal band any longer once I joined. It was more like an alternative rock band. And the Criminal Kid was still fine. Like, it still kind of fit us as a foursome, as a group. But then the band broke up, and then a long period of time passed. And then I decided to record another album. And this album is made up of my own music, like songs that I wrote and had friends collaborate on. So, for example, it was pretty much half the band, the original band on the album. So I did all the singing and piano, and Michael did the drums. But we only had the guitarist make an appearance on one of the tracks from our original number, and then we had other musicians collaborate with us. So it was no longer really the Criminal Kid, and I wanted to continue calling myself, or whatever project I was putting together, the Criminal Kid, because I liked the idea of continuity. We had already released an album in 2012 under that name, and it felt like, okay, well, we're half the band we were. We're not really a band anymore even, but I liked not just starting totally from scratch, having a little bit of a history to connect to. But now that I'm making decisions on things like album art, where a name has to go on those things, I'm trying to decide if that's the best course of action. So where I've come to is probably not. Please give me an opinion on this, though. It probably doesn't make sense to continue calling my band the Criminal Kid, because it's not a band. It's basically me. So that leaves me with a couple other options. Option A is to call it my name. However, there are some issues I have with calling the project under my name. First of all, Allysia on its own is hard to spell. Allysia, like my last name, is basically impossible to spell or pronounce. So I feel a little bit of a hesitation towards naming a project after me. And it also seems a little self-indulgent. That's probably just like a baseless concern, because a lot of solo artists have musicians collaborate with them and use their name, and it's fine. But it's not a particularly pronounceable or spellable name. So I thought of different variations of my name that I could do. I could just be Allysia. I could be Allysia Murray, go with my middle name. I could be Allie Murray. I could be some combination thereof of those names. And that's fine, I guess. So that's one option. Another option is to have a moniker. So this is kind of like, like Lady Gaga or Grimes, for example, where it's not their real name. It's sort of like a stage name. And I like that idea in concept, because I like the idea of not, I don't know, it feels very naked to me to use my own name. It feels a lot safer to hide behind a name like, say, Grimes. I just think that's really cool. But I don't have any good ideas on that front, so I don't know if that's going to be a realistic option, especially if I have to make some of these decisions in the near term. Another thing that makes me feel weird about using my own name is the reality of playing live shows. That's not an option right now, but if I want to get some people together to start performing the music, it feels a little weird to think about like other people saying like, oh, I'm gonna jam, I'm gonna play guitar for Allysia or whatever. It seems like, I don't know, you guys, it makes me a little uncomfortable, I guess. So it's probably fine. But it's a little bit of an existential question in the sense of, am I a solo artist now? Am I no longer a band? Do I want to be a band? Is this my new direction? Is this like a temporary period of time without being a band? Or is this like a long-term trajectory? Like I've just gone solo now and this is my my journey. And I don't want to change my name like every time I release an album or write more music. So I'm kind of feeling like whatever I pick, I want to just stick with. I'm marrying it. I'm being one with it indefinitely. So in that case, this is where I would love if you guys would share your opinions on the matter, because I've been fielding this question to a few friends and I'm a little bit lost as to which direction to go. And I'll keep you in the loop as well. I'm trying to create a little bit of a map of the things that I need to do in order to actually ship the album out into the world. And hopefully if I delay the process a little bit, I'll actually even be able to play live. What a concept. So yeah, this is just one of many steps, probably more existential videos along the way. But hopefully you guys had a great week and I will catch up with you soon. Take care.